Hey, this is Sam Black with my fourth match with this token burn deck in Standard. I'm on the play, the solid hand. It's not coming out super fast, but it has a good mix of mana and spells and kinds of effects. So this time I'm gonna learn my lesson and try to not get forest on the second turn. I'll just get a mountain with this and still grab the Dragon Master Outcast so that I don't have to worry about it ever. It's possible that I was just supposed to completely ignore Dragon Master Outcast. I think I get plains and then forest, or plains and then green red. I think I want to Crackling Doom this. This could be Tasigur. Painful Truths, that's much better for me, I think. So I'm going to Siege Rhino here because I don't want to play it in the future when my opponent can have Edge Command up. If that weren't a concern, I wouldn't want to play my big creature into removal. I'd rather play tokens into removal. But it's just too important to not let my opponent command countering Siege Rhino and returning Soulfire Grandmaster. Now I have not attacked yet, and my opponent is already down to 10. 9. It's over half my opponent's life without a single attack step. Treasure Cruise or Tasigur. I don't think my opponent would exile everything if it was Tasigur, but maybe it's going to be Tasigur into Crackling Doom. Yeah, I suspect that there's a Crackling Doom in my opponent's hand. So I don't think there's any reason to attack. Now, as always, I just want to draw Tarkus Command. Lose a token to put my opponent down to 6. 3 damage seems like it should be better than one of my 6 tokens. It's bad against a removal spell, which my opponent probably has. Then I'm losing a token for only 2 damage. But it's also forcing a removal spell, although the removal spell is not really going to do anything else. If I wait, I can cash in a token for 5 damage. Whereas if I do it now, I cash in a token for 3 and then a token for 4. So if I assume that my opponent has and uses 1 removal spell, then attacking now pushes 2 damage, and I'm down 2 tokens, and then next turn pushes 3 damage, and I'm down a 3rd token, and I've done 5 damage, whereas if I wait and my opponent has removal spell, I'm going to lose 2 tokens and push 4 damage. I think I like waiting. I'm a little surprised by that, but and I have to discard this canopy, so which is not a problem. So this no longer does anything, so I'm not going to play it. If I attack, I push at best 3 damage and it costs a token, which I don't love, but I think I accept since it's not getting better. And at this point, just getting my opponent into burn range is a serious consideration. I assume that my opponent is debating using a removal spell versus holding it in case I have some kind of trick, like an Atarka's Command that would kill Jace if my opponent kills one of the other goblins now, but decides to fire it off. But the difference between 9 life and 7 life is that 7 life is potentially dead to burn spells, whereas 9 life is not. Sixth life substantially increases the range on which 2 burn spells it can be. Not gonna sack a token for 1 damage. For maybe 1 damage. Or maybe just turning a removal spell into killing 2 goblins. Alright, that's not great. Yeah, the dragons start coming. but I could still just draw 2 burn spells in a row. That's interesting. The question here is whether it's better to kill the Dragon Master Outcast or my opponent. I think the answer is to attack and see where we're at. See if my opponent wants to block with the Dragon Master Outcast. So Wild Slash makes Crackling Doom or another Wild Slash lethal. Using the Wild Slash buys me a lot more time, unless my opponent has Ojutai's Command, which I'm not really beating anyway. I think I like using the Wild Slash. Doesn't matter what I targeted. Buying a Dispel is good. That greatly increases my outs. My opponent cleverly left 3 blockers back. If there were... I guess my opponent could always... should have attacked with 1 dragon, because then that could just be the dragon that gets sacrificed. Anyway, no reason to act just yet, so I'm not going to attack. Now I feel better about doing this. I do not want to redirect. You can have Fiery Impulse. Giving up on doing anything useful with these goblins. Just need to draw another thing that makes my opponent lose life, which I have a lot of. Well, I'm not beating Command no matter what, so let's see if this is good enough. Nope. And that's gonna do it. Don't believe I have any outs from here. I don't know if my opponent is playing Mantis Rider. Silk Wrap seems good. The little attackers don't seem good. Secure the Waste does seem good. Sea Trainer doesn't seem impressive. Wild Slash is fine, but not great. I just want one Swift Spear. I played one Swift Spear before. Not sure about the right number of Wild Slashes or self-inflicted wounds. Jace and Soulfire Grandmaster at the very least for Wild Slash. Arashan Cleric might be coming in addition to possible Mantis Riders and Soulfire Grandmaster for self-inflicted wound. I think that seems like I want at least one. I think it's something like this. I don't want to cut too much pressure for removal. Maybe Wild Slash killing Jace is such a big deal. Kind of. Maybe I don't care that much about Jace. I'll go one Wild Slash, 2 self-inflicted wounds, but I don't know that it's right. One land is not going to work. This is better. I don't want this. Unfortunately, I need land. Also, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be shuffling before I draw. This is going to get red-black, of course. Having the forest here with double Crackling Doom is pretty awkward. Question is whether my opponent plays around a Tarkus command. Doesn't, unfortunately for me. This is going to get planes, of course. Lets me get closer to casting way more spells than getting, for example, Mountain. And I have a lot more ways to find red once this becomes a plains than I do ways to find white. So here I'm going to unified front. And plan to just ignore Jace this game, basically. Get more green than I need. White, green, red, black. And an unfortunate negate. Maybe I'm supposed to have Rhino on the play. I probably am. It's too good when it can come down the turn before Ochitai's command. Discarding Tasigur is a little surprising. I wonder if it means there's another Tasigur in hand. It seems like a really strange discard otherwise. I'm going to ignore the Jace, which might be a mistake. But it feels relatively good as far as ignoring planeswalkers go. Getting back Tasigur. Okay, so Tasigur was discarded to get the ability to usefully use Kolaghan's command. I guess that makes some sense. And now Tasigur's going to come down. I'll Crackling Doom. My opponent will probably activate. My opponent needs to exile his Valorous Stance. It's so bad. Yep. Now I Crackling Doom again. And the good news here is that my opponent doesn't get to activate Tasigur. I'm at the point where I have to be redirecting. I'm going to pretend the answer is no. It's just not that much life. So now I can Firecraft away Jace if I want. But it doesn't have anything useful to buy back right now anyway. I don't think I'm going to win this game, but I do think I have to stick to my ignore Jace plan. Problem is that I don't have a good answer to Tasigur at this point. This is funny. This is almost certainly going to do nothing. I'm guessing it's going to name Rhino. I feel like one of us must have done something wrong if my opponent's bringing in Infinite Obliteration and I'm taking out Siege Rhino. I also think that I have no creatures in my deck. Maybe I ended up with a Swiftspirian or something. I'm not sure what my opponent's thinking about. I mean, you kind of have to name Siege Rhino at this point. It's the only creature my opponent has seen from me in the match. Yeah. Nope, fresh out of those. Sorry. Playing Tasigur. It's kind of weird given my hand. Lagging a bit here. Just have to wait. That's not a good draw. I don't think I can beat Tasigur. Obviously don't think that was a winning line either, but let's see, this can get a swamp. All right. I want to get the swamp because I don't want to draw it, and my best chance here is to draw Secure the Wastes. My opponent does have Mantis Rider. Now I wonder if we get to see a Jace ultimate or not. I think it's only right if my opponent has card draw spells in hand. All right. That would be a fine time for a Crackling Doom or Secure the Wastes. That'll play. That's not good. That is good. My opponent has one card. I don't think it's right to play around Disdainful Stroke. I think it's more likely to be something like Ojutai's Command. It's going to make me want to go big. The Silk Wrap. That's fine. This is still lethal. Alright, and the combo finish wins a game where I felt very behind. So that's cool. So in light of the fact that Mantis Rider was in there all along, maybe these self-inflicted wounds are fine. How do I feel about no Siege Rhino? Now that my opponent knows that I didn't have it that game. I did percent attack with 0 creatures in it, making Ojutai's Command not something to play to hold up. It's really weird to have Siege Rhino in on the draw and not on the play, but there's this information game going on. This was too much Silk Wrap. Get a couple of those. I don't want my hand to be flooded on turn 4 with Rhinos if my opponent has Ojutai's Command up, but it does seem like a nice thing to be able to do. especially if my opponent moves away from things like Crackling Doom after seeing my deck that game. I think I like a mix of these little removal spells. Certainly a case to be made for Swift Spear. And there's a case to be made against Exquisite Firecraft. It doesn't really match up well against things. It's just reach. Maybe it does less damage on average than Swift Spear. But the uncounterable is nice. I'm gonna try Swift Spear. Unified Front is another card I feel iffy about. I'm actually gonna keep this. It's not great, but on the draw I think it's fine. Being all tokens encourages my opponent to cut spot removal, and cutting all the cheap spot removal is bad against Swift Spear. There's an argument for firing off a Wild Slash here. It's quite a bit of damage, and we've missed the early game where my opponent can play something that I can Wild Slash. I think I'm into it. There's a case to be made for Unified Front this turn, but I think it's better to just pass. Uttering one of those guys is totally fine. Six is not very much life. Secure the waste at the end of turn here. And it's best to just sit on Secure the Wastes. Make my opponent deal with the board, and then have another instantly finishes. turn, so we have to commit more. Might see a block plus Ogetize command, or just a win. Alright, so that went well.